So let's look at angles today. So a right angle is 90 degrees. An acute angle is less than 90, so it's small. Obtuse is greater than 90. And then a straight angle is 180 degrees. Two angles that make a straight line is 180. Okay, so the angle addition postulate says that if you have this angle, and then you have a ray that cuts it, so a ray goes from an endpoint to an arrow, then these two angles will add up to equal this whole thing. So like if this is A and this is B, I'm saying the angles, then that angle would be like A plus B. That whole thing. But the way that angles are named is using their points. So like this is A, O, B. See how you follow the order A to O to B. So that's what that is. A to O to B plus start at B, B to O to C, which is a smaller one, adds up to give AOC. So the steps are similar to segments where you draw and label a picture, set up an equation, solve, and then make sure you answer the original question. Let's do example 1. It says if MNO is a right angle and the measure of angle MOP is 34, what is the measure of NOP? Hint, draw a picture. So it says that MNO is a right angle. So draw yourself a right angle. Right angle has a box in the corner. And let's label it M. So the corner, the place where they change direction called your vertex, is N. And then we have O, M and O. And all I did was follow the letters there. It says if M, O, P, well that can't be the case. I think it's supposed to be M, N, P. Because you can't go M, O, and then P. It was just a typo. M, N, P is 34. So that means I drew a line that kind of cut it. Not down the middle, I just cut it. Cut that right angle. That's 34. So it asks, what's the measure of, this should be P-N-O according to how it's drawn. P-N-O. So we know this is 90 degrees. This is 34 degrees. So we need to find this. So to find that, we subtract. We take 90, our total, minus the 34. So using subtraction rules, you can use a calculator, but using subtraction rules, we would have to borrow. 10 minus 4 is 6. 8 minus 3 is 5. So that means that this is 56. Together, they should add to equal 90. So we're going to write measure of angle PNO equals 56. That's what we're looking for. Okay, example 2 says measure of AOC is 50, measure of AOB is 4x minus 20, and measure of BOC is 3x plus 14. What are the measures of angle AOB and BOC? So we have A, so follow it with your pencil. A to O to C is 50. That means this whole thing right here is 50. Then it says measure of AOB is 4x minus 20. So I'm going to write that inside that area. And BOC is 3x plus 14. So just like the last one added up to equal 90, this one is going to add up to equal 50. But we have x's in here. So let's set up the equation. 4x minus 20 plus 3x plus 14 equals 50. So it looks like we have an equation we got to solve. So draw your line down your equal sign. We're going to have to write small. This is tough for me because I like to write really big. So we are going to combine like terms. So we have on the same side of the equal sign is 4x and 3x. That makes 7x. And then I'm going to circle my constants, negative 20 and a positive 14. If you need to, you can put in the calculator, negative 20 plus 14. Did you get negative 6? Okay. So now we're down to a pretty simple equation. So remember we do the add or subtract first to get x by itself. So that means we need to add 6 to both sides. So we have 7x equals 56. And we need to get x by itself. So we need to divide by 7. So what does x equal? 8. Okay. So let's check and see, did we answer the question? So it says if this, okay, what are the measure of angle AOB and BOC? So we don't know what the measures are, so what we're going to have to do is plug in x. So see how this is AOB. We are going to do 4 times 8, because x is 8, minus 20. We can put that in the calculator, or we can do it in our head. What's 4 times 8? 32 minus 20. What does that equal? 12. So AOB is 12 degrees. I forgot degrees on the last one. So then to find the other one, for BOC, we do 3 times 8 plus 14. Three times 8 is 24, plus 14, 38. So that one is this. That is measure of angle BOC is 38 degrees. So we have AOB and BOC. Together, to check our work, we would just make sure that together they add to equal 50. So 12 plus 38, does that equal 50? Yeah, and if you're not sure, use the calculator. So this requires you to set up an equation, solve it, and then substitute it in to find the actual measures. All right, our last one says that angle KPJ. So follow it with your pencil. Put your pencil on K. K to P to J is a straight angle. How many degrees is a straight angle? 180. So draw yourself a little arc and write 180 there. What is X, and what are the measures of KPL and JPL? So isn't this the same type of problem, but we're setting it equal to 180? So we're going to set up the equation. 2x plus 24 plus 4x plus 36 equals 180. Draw your line down your equal sign. And let's go ahead and solve it. Combine your like terms. Two x and 4x make 6x. Positive 24 and positive 36. 60 equals 180. And then what's the next step? Subtract 60 on both sides. 6x equals 180 minus 60. Well, 8 minus 6 is 2. 120. So 6x equals 120. Y'all following? Okay, how do we get x all by itself now? Divide by 6. 120 divided by 6 is 20. Okay, so let's check and see what we need to do now. Okay, it says find x, so we're good there. We got part of it done. Then it says, what are the measures of the angles? So we need to find the measure of this angle. The measure of angle, what is it? KPL. How do we find that measure? What do we got to do? Plug it in. Yep, substitution. So 2 times 20 plus 24. What's 2 times 20? 40. Plus 24. 64 degrees. So measure of angle K, PL equals. All right, we got the first one done. All right, the next one is measure of angle JPL. So do substitution on this one. So 4 times 20 plus 36. 4 times 20 is 80 plus 36. Measure of angle JPL. 80 plus 36? Yeah, 116 degrees. Okay, so we are done with the notes, so you'll move on to the assignment.